So those of you that have been following this rabbit hole I went down with dark shadows, you know it wasn't my thing, but I started enjoying myself. I thought, oh, what the heck? Let's just go for it. So I ended up making these little smaller ones because I had made those two larger journals, but there was such a lot of interest, and people said, "Hey, are you going to make anything small?" And I said, "Oh, didn't think about it, but hey, I ended up doing that." So on the live, you guys saw me working with these pieces of paper that I had eco printed with some, grungy colors and stuff that we had worked out together when we were doing the kit. And so that ended up being the cover. And where I left it off with you guys was I was stamping these trees on there. We had worked on some moons, and we had some little Timmy people that I put a bunch of bat wings on. So that's kind of sort of where we left it. And then I just kind of decided where I was going to go from there. So let me show you these real quick. I say quick, but you know how that goes. They're all pretty much made the same with pretty much the same papers inside. Um, but I will show you the slight difference in all of them. So again, I always forget my ruler. So the overall size of these are almost 5 by 7.5, and it's a single signature. I can say that. And as I said, this is sort of like a really, really heavy cardstock. It was something I got at the thrift store, so I'm not really sure the thickness of it. But it had this really cool design on it to begin with, and then it just got cooler as I, you know, did my thing. So here is the stamps that we did, and like I said, we did some alcohol inking, I think we ended up. I don't remember now. I think so. Of some moons, and we put those moons on there. And then for the sake of the listing, I looked up um, Gothic names. I don't even know what that means, but there was a whole big long list. So I picked some Gothic names from that list to name each one for listing. So this guy here, he's got a suitcase and some flowers to help you distinguish which one that guy is. And his name is Thorn. So that, I guess, like a thorn, a rose thorn. I don't know. Anyway, it's a Gothic name. Now you know. All right. So here again, you can see some of the printing. These all had a pre-punched hole up here. I just put a little piece of lace lace fabric over it just to cover it up. I was gonna hang something from it, but the more I looked at it, I didn't want to do that. I got some of the embossed wallpaper and painted it with some red, and then did a glazing over it with some black, and I kind of like the way it came out. And then the back side of that would have been white, which, I didn't want to do the white. So I had some tissue paper, and I thought it looked kind of cool. Looked like old Victorian wallpaper, kind of, sort of. So that's on there. And then in between here, I put a piece of netting because I thought it just made it look kind of cool. Not sure how that's going to come across on the video, but live, pretty yummy looking. So there's the netting, then the wallpaper, and then the rest I just filled it up with like I normally do. I have my ledger papers. I have papers that have been copy dyed by Amy, some of the printouts that we played with in the kit, and then some of the papers that I grunged up during that period of time. These were Louise Heinzel's printouts, and then I copy dyed them and grunged them up and made them bleed a little bit by putting them in coffee, and then that's what happens to it. I love doing that to my printouts. Well, if they're the, like, if I want to make them kind of like creepy, Gitchigumi kind of looking, that's what I like to do. Each one of these will have a picture of Barnabas on a tag. I didn't like literally put him so much into the journal in case you're not into dark shadows, but you're just into the kind of creepiness. um, but he's represented and he is there for you to enjoy. Papers from a book and some more of Louisa's printouts. You'll see that through each of them. And this was a collage I had made. So there's some of those in there. I just reduced them down to a smaller size. And then another one of printouts that were in the kit, and I just made them into like some little tags for here. Yep, there he is. And I just think this is cool stuff. I just put a couple of pieces in there, and I also have some other little fabrics I'm throwing in there here and there. I think I already put a little strip of gauze there in the front. I forgot to emphasize that it was there. And then you have that, and you have the netting. I don't know if it's called this netting or tulle. You know what I'm talking about, right, guys? And then the back of this. And there's that hole that was in the front. So you could dangle something from there or cover it up. Like always, I'm going to have like a little packet of all the leftovers from these kits. And that will be included. But in addition to the little packet and the actual journal, I made... I tell you, I went down the rabbit hole. It's funny how you don't like something and then you just kind of like don't know when to stop. So, in this little packet here, you're going to get a body part, well, bones of a body part, wrapped up in a little bit of gauze and, of course, a little bit of, seepage from the blood. And then I had looked up, because, this is all around Barnabas, who, I mean, it all started off being around Barnabas and Dark Shadows and him being a vampire. I didn't know that much about vampires, but I did learn a couple of things. And it's that they can't see the reflection, or if they see the reflection, something happens. They explained it to me. Now I already forgot what the explanation was, but a mirror is very important if you want to protect yourself from a vampire. Also, they say that if you have holy water and you throw the holy water on him, he kind of like, I don't know, vaporizes or something. And then if you want to guard yourself, if you have garlic, that also is a protection. So this is kind of sort of your vampire protection kit. I guess that's what we're gonna call it. Because in here, I have a little mirror that I put together. I made the frame and everything. It's kind of cool, and it's small enough that you can carry it in your pocket whenever you're going to be walking places you shouldn't be. And then some more of that paper, and put that on the back, so you have that little mirror you can take with you. Shouldn't, I gotta watch it because it's gonna start reflecting off that mirror and it's gonna go, what? I mean, my camera. Then you have this little bottle, and it has a little skeleton head on there, but you alone know that inside of there is some holy water. There really isn't, but you know what I mean. So that if you ever need it, pop that open, splash it between the mirror and that, pretty good. Now, the other thing is having some garlic. So I thought, well, how am I supposed to do the garlic thing? I don't want a bunch of stinky stuff in the journals. So what I did, I made this little book, and I cut out the pages to be the shape of the garlic and the garlic cloves. So Here I have here vampire sightings. So each time you see one, you know, you can write it down and put down where you saw it and where you were, where he was, what time, so that you can avoid those places. And if you can't like get away quick enough, you know, you could always like rip off a piece of the garlic and do whatever it is you do with the garlic, or you can use this to write your notes. But I thought it was kind of cute for you to have at least the mirror, the holy water, and the garlic to um to protect you. And you know, if you get in trouble after that, don't come to me, because you know I've provided everything you need to keep yourself safe. And if you get in trouble, it's all on you. All right, I don't want to hear anything about it, because it's obviously going to be your fault. So all little journals will come with one of these little, whoopsie, caught his foot, one of these little kits. Okay, so you've already seen Thorn. I'm just going to give you the names of the rest. This is Nova. That's Miss Nova. And like I said, everything is almost the same. We're going to go really fast in here because I did use all the same stuffs. Okay. Only thing that might be different are a couple of the printouts and, you know, a different tag, but everything else is quite similar in what you're going to get. So we won't go too slow, but just enough to you see the difference. Again, this one is Nova. All right, next. This is Raven. Love making these grungy papers. They're some of my favorites. They're fun because they're fast, you know, compared to when I do my eco. Oopsie. So, again, this one is Raven. Raven, 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 Raven. Now, this has three little girls, so, of course, you know, I'll um, give them all a name. Zelda, Willow, and Velvet. Little stinking patooties there. All right. You can see, you're starting to see the same papers, right? Right. You get the idea. But I know a lot of you still want to see each one, because there might be just something a little bit different in one that you like. I get it. It makes the videos really long. Even when I don't talk. Or flip and talk. Alright. Anyways, got the three names. Velvet, Zelda. You'll see. You'll see three names. You'll see three names. Okay, this is Oberon. I like that name though. Oberon. And remember, there'll be a little bag of goodies in addition to your back protection kit. What are we going to call it? Bram. I guess it's in Bram Stoker, right? Okay. Some of them do fall out. Bram. This is Aluria. Aluria, yeah. Eluira. I have no idea, but that's her name. And she likes it. I can tell. She has that little smile about her. Or she's just laughing at me. I'm not sure which, but either way, she's a happy camper. She is a happy camper. That's all that matters. Oopsie. Try to go fast. It slows you down. Okay. Elleria. Here is Miss Luna. Ooh, she goes right there with the moon. Miss Luna. I'm sure glad I don't like this stuff. I'd still be making more. That'd be pretty pathetic. Okay. Oh, last one. Star with 2 R's. Heaven forbid you only give them 1 R. Get all upset. You don't want to upset anybody. She's kind of scary right now. I had to cut her down. She's the one that has that big black wolf next to her. If you guys got the printouts, that's her. Okay, so we're going to have all of these will be in the shop with their appropriate names, so you'll know which is which. You're going to get a little package of some of the leftovers from the printouts, and you're going to get your little protection kit. Oh my gosh, these are too many. Please take them off my hands because I don't like this stuff. And I'm starting to like it, so I want it out of here. It needs a new tomb. And I think that new tomb is with you. Please.